Hello and welcome to Valuechain News. I am Naomi Oleribe. First, the headlines. Buhari, Silva push for Nigeria's headship of West Africa gas pipeline projects. Nigeria increases oil reserves to 37 billion barrels as gas output rises. Multiple explosions rock illegal oil refinery in Abia. And now, the news in detail. With gas becoming the toast of the energy transition agenda, President Muhammadu Buhari and the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Mr. Timipre Silva, are lobbying other West African governments to allow a Nigerian head the multi-billion-dollar West Africa gas pipeline WAGP project. The federal government's desires were strongly canvassed on Tuesday at the meeting of the Committee of Ministers held in Abuja. Speaking at the event attended by Ministers of Energy of Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic, amongst others, Silva referred the delegates to Section 4, Subsection 2 of Article 4 of the WAGPA Treaty to resolve the issue of the appointment of the Director General for members. If Section 4, Subsection 2 of Article 4 of the treaty is to the effect that Nigeria is qualified, then there is no need for objection to what Section 4, Subsection 2 of Article 4 of the treaty plainly said. I am also happy that this meeting will give us yet another opportunity to listen to presentations from WAGPA and WAPCO on the project performance and the status of the ongoing reforms. This presentation will enable us to assess performances of the project and the level of achievements made so far on the project and the challenges that will require our urgent attention as Committee of Ministers, the highest authority of the WAGP, he said. Nigeria's oil and condensate reserves stood at 37 and 46,000 billion barrels as of 1st January, according to the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission. The commission, in a report on its official website, said on Tuesday that the figure represents a slight increase from 36,910 billion barrels as of 1st January 2021. The national gas reserve status as of 1st January was 208.62 trillion cubic feet, representing an increase from 206.53 trillion cubic feet at the same time last year, said Gbenga Komolafe, the Commission's chief executive. Mr. Komolafe said all operating exploration and production companies in Nigeria are required to submit their annual report of reserves to the Commission. Nigeria is Africa's largest oil exporter. It earns more than 90% of its foreign exchange and 70% of government revenue from oil exports, according to the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Few days after an illegal refinery explosion claimed over 100 lives in Ebwema, Imo State, another deadly multiple fire explosions occurred at an illegal oil refining site in Uzoako, Okwa West local government area of Abia State. The fire explosions, 4 in number, occurred within the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited's Imo River Isimili pipeline last Saturday. Death toll at Uzoako reportedly stands at 10, and our correspondent gathered that some person died at the scene of the incident, while several others later died in the hospital where they were rushed for treatment. A dependable source told our correspondent that the Shell's pipeline in Uzoako, Owaza axis, has not had crude oil for some weeks, leading to the stoppage of illegal oil bunkering and refining activities in the area. The source explained that when pumping of crude oil into the pipeline resumed, illegal refinery operators were back to their business, which resulted in the deadly explosion. Confirming the development, spokesperson of SPDC, Mr. Michael Adande, said the incident occurred within its pipeline right-of-ways in Abia State. He said the company hurriedly stopped production into the Imo River Isimiri pipeline, adding that safety measures were taken by its staff and contractors. Libya has recorded an increase in gas flaring in its oil production sites during the past years, the World Bank said in its recent reports concerning the global gas flaring. The 2022 Global Gas Flaring Tracker report, produced by the World Bank's Global Gas Flaring Reduction Partnership (GGFR), listed Libya among the 10 top oil-producing countries responsible for 3/4 of all gas flaring in 2021. 7 of the top 10 flaring countries have held this position consistently for the last 10 years. The countries are Russia, Iraq, Iran, the United States, Venezuela, Algeria, and Nigeria. The remaining 3, Mexico, Libya, and China, have shown significant flaring increases in the recent years. The report indicated that gas flaring resulted in nearly 400 million tons of carbon dioxide equivalent emissions in 2021. It underscored that ending routine flaring at oil production sites is vital to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and conserve the gas for productive purposes, such as generating electricity in poor communities that rely on dirtier fuels for their energy needs. Bulgaria will receive US liquefied natural gas LNG supplies from June to help it after Russia's Gazprom cut off gas deliveries, the government said earlier today. The arrangement was agreed at a meeting between Prime Minister Kirill Petkov and US Vice President Kamala Harris in Washington, the government said. Real deliveries of liquefied natural gas to Bulgaria at prices lower than the ones of Gazprom have been agreed as of June, the government said in a statement without elaborating. Gazprom cut off gas deliveries to Bulgaria and Poland on April 27 for refusing to pay in rubles. Bulgaria consumes about 3 billion cubic meters of gas per year, of which over 90% was coming from Russia. Iraq Energy Institute has concluded preparations to host the 6th Iraq Energy Forum slated for 18th to 20th June 2022 to hold at the prestigious Rotana Babylon Hotel, Baghdad, and the American University of Baghdad, respectively. A press release by the institute made available to Valuechain TV stated that the event would, among other things, focus on education, women empowerment, and Iraq's private sector role in supporting community and social responsibility. According to the press release, Iraq's premier energy events will once again bring together an exclusive lineup of policy and decision makers, government officials, experts, analysts, and industry leaders from the investor community in Iraq, the Middle East, and beyond. Global energy markets have experienced unprecedented dynamics since IEF 2019 from the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and its associated supply chain disruption to a subsequent slow and painful recovery shaped by micro and macroeconomic trends that still linger. Rising inflation and unheeding lockdowns at major trade centers continue to have ripple effects on the global economy. Before we end the news, here's a recap of our headlines. Buhari, Silver push for Nigeria's headship of West Africa gas pipeline project. Nigeria increases oil reserves to 37 billion barrels as gas output rises. Multiple explosions rock illegal oil refinery in Abia. And that's the news. I am Naomi Oleribe. Good evening.